Hi there. Today the binomials meet the cubes. Okay, so if we square these chaps together, let's just write it out as we normally would in maths class without gnomes, like that. We know that when we square them, we get both chappies squared, but there's this 2ab term in the middle. By now, hopefully, you remember that and don't forget to put that 2ab. And that's going to be a plus because it's a negative times a negative. Okay, let's just shrink that down, make it a little bit smaller. Okay, let's think about what happens when we cube our gnomes like that. So, a plus b cubed. What are we going to get? Well, it should be obvious we're going to get an a cubed term and a b cubed term. Turns out we get a few extra terms when we multiply it out. That's a 3a squared b and a 3ab squared. You should multiply this out yourself to satisfy yourself that this is right. And let's think. Let's look at the difference. Okay, so we're going to get an a cubed. We will get a b cubed. What sign's it going to be? Negative times negative must be negative. So let's put the other two guys in. Now what sign are they going to be? B squared, it's negative b squared. That's going to be positive. There's only one b there. That's going to be negative. Okay, so what we have here, what we've looked at so far, is what happens to the expression a plus b squared, what happens to the expression a plus b cubed when we expand them. Be very careful not to fall into this very common error that the students make. They just close their eyes and do this. That is wrong. Don't do it. Bad news. Okay, for your own interest, you might like to explore what happens with a plus b all to the fourth, a plus b all to the fifth. Later in the course, you're actually going to be exploring a more general expression, a plus b to the power of n. And yes, it turns out our binomial friends have their very own theorem called the binomial theorem. It turns out to be very important. Okay, let's look at something like this. 3b minus 2c squared all cubed. Be very careful when you expand these. My suggestion is to take it very slowly. It's way too easy to make a mistake. Okay, 3b, all of it cubed. Now to the end here, I'm going to have 2c squared, all of it cubed. And it's minus because that's minus. Then I'm going to have a minus 3 lots of the first term. Second term of the first term is squared, plus 3 lots of the first term, second term, all squared. Now clean it up carefully. 3 cubed is 27, cubed, subtract 3 squared is 9, times 2 is 18, times 3 is 54, there's that b squared, c squared, plus, that's going to be 9, times 4 is 36, b, c to the fourth, subtract 8, c to the sixth, and we're done. If you're not careful, it's very easy to miss exponents or get the numbers wrong. The other thing to notice is that even though the formula's got a 3 and a 3 here, when these numbers are different, those are not going to be the same. Okay, we've got the 3 here, but different things get squared. Take great care.